Hey everyone, welcome to Quarter Mile Farm. Today I am planting garlic. I have this newly plowed portion in our field. It's right next to our strawberries over here. Over there is where we have the pickling cucumbers. Yesterday my husband was trying to get this cleaned up and tilled with our own little rototiller, but our neighbor next door happened to mention he had a new tractor and wanted to give it a try out, and so he offered to come till this little square of land, rectangle of land for us. And I am just thrilled. It is so soft and my feet just sink into it as I walk. So this is going to be really great, nicely cultivated for the garlic. So I have 6 kinds of garlic that I'm going to be planting today. Sorry, Bermuda grass is popping up. Anybody hate Bermuda grass as much as I do? So anyway, 6 types of garlic that I'm going to be planting today. So I'll show you what those are going to be, and then I'm going to get to planting them. Alright, so first off I have a kind that's called Music, and this is a fairly popular kind, and it's one that you can, it's a good seller. So it's one that you might generally find at like a farmer's market or something. So I got this just to be kind of have a more popular one to sell. It's also not as strong as a garlic as maybe say others are, so that's maybe what makes it so popular, is that it's not a very strong garlic. So that's 2 reasons why I got the Music one to plant. Another one that I'm planting, and you probably saw me gather some of these are the garlic bulbils that I gathered from garlic that was growing in my no-till garden. And when you have the scapes on the top of the garlic, and a lot of people will pick those off so that more energy can go into forming the big bulbs in the ground. But if you leave those scapes on there and let the blossoms fully develop, they actually will grow the bulbils. And you can gather these and then plant these, and it might take 2 years to actually get to the point where it produces the big bulbs, but you can have your own continual seed if you let those scapes develop. I don't know what kind was planted in the no-till garden, so I'm just calling it the house brand. Alright, next, elephant garlic. Now I've heard elephant garlic isn't actually a garlic, it's more of a leek related allium. But it's called garlic. It looks, it comes in a big bulb like garlic does, so that's why a lot of people will call it a garlic. It's very, very mild, kind of garlicky, oniony taste. But it's very popular, and a lot of times you'll see them, be the big roasted bulbs that you can order in restaurants or whatever. But I got this simply because it is very popular, and sometimes it's hard to find. So I got these to be able to provide that for people in our local area. And this is 1 pound's worth, and it came like this. I got them, except for the Music and of course the house brand, the rest of these I got from this Clearview Fields from, I think, on Etsy. So, elephant garlic. The next 2 that I got, so elephant garlic, very mild. Music, a normal garlic taste perhaps. The next 2 garlics that I got are a lot stronger. This one is the Romanian red, and you can see it's got a little bit of red hint on the, paperish covering on the bulbs. The bulbs themselves are not red, it's just there's red because of that. So Romanian red, this is a lot stronger. And if you want to use garlic for medicinal purposes, it's better to have the stronger garlics because it has more of those qualities that are good for medicinal purposes. So that's why I got Romanian red. And this next one, oops, my bag is open, I'm losing them. Forgot to knot that one back up. Okay, so this one is called the Russian Inferno. And from what I've read, this one is like one of the stronger ones that you can find out there. It has very high, very strong garlic taste. So it's very good for medicinal purposes, and if you just really love that garlic flavor when you're cooking. So I got mild, normal, hot, and spicy, and this one is going to be really, really hot and spicy. So I myself like to use garlic for medicinal purposes, and I also like strongly garlic flavored foods. So these are going to be nice for me. The next item isn't a garlic, but it's a shallot. And this is a French gray shallot. And these are typically highly desired by chefs. Not sure if that's true or not, but that's what they said in the description. So that's why I got these as a gourmet shallot to be able to sell locally. All right, so those are my garlics that I got. And I am going to now make my rows in here and get them in the ground. Okay, I'm gonna start a little ways over from my strawberries here so I don't have to run into them, or don't run into them too much. I'm gonna go ahead and plant the elephant garlic first. I don't have a whole lot of those, so I don't even know if it'll take up the whole row, but it's because of that I'll do them first, so that I only have the one row here, rather than trying to fit in several rows of the same before starting on the next one. Oh, this is such nicely cultivated soil. Now when you plant alliums, you want to make sure to have the flat part pointed down and then the pointy part pointing up, because this is where the greenery comes out of as it grows, and this is where the roots come from. I'm going to plant these a little further apart than I would normal garlic, because they're so big. They're going to develop a rather large bulb, so I want to have room in here for them to be able to spread. Got these cute little slate signs to put down there. I think eventually I'm going to get some vinyl to put on here, because this is just in chalk and that's gonna not last long. So I need to either spray it with something to protect it, or I'll get some vinyl and cut it out with my Cricut to make the little signs that will last a lot longer. Let's see. There we go. Next, I'm doing the Romanian red. I'm not doing these in any particular order, just grabbing them and going. So, Romanian red. Russian Inferno. Okay, so I have the music garlic planted. I don't have it covered yet. I ended up doing one row of elephant garlic, one row of the Romanian, but I have 2 rows of the Russian Inferno, and then 3 rows of the music. I'm in the middle of planting the French gray shallots, and I will have probably about 2.5 rows of that. I have 2 rows already done. I'm working on the 3rd. After this, I only have the home brand to plant, and I'm just gonna do probably just 1 row, and since they're so small, maybe 2 rows, I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle them in and not worry about spacing, just because they're so small, and I don't think that they're gonna get as large as a full clove this year, so they don't need as much space. With the French gray shallots, I have placed them about 4 inches apart. Shallots multiply like bunching onions do, so they just grow new bulbs next to them. It's not like a big clove or a big bulb of garlic that has a separate cloves that you separate. It just grows into individual bulbs. So since they're kind of bunching like that, I didn't feel the need to space them out like I would with garlic. The garlic I space about 6 inches apart. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this up, and I gotta do the home brand bulbils and get it all covered up, and we'll be done for the day. Have all the garlic and the shallots in the ground. Thank goodness. always feel so accomplished when I get things done around the farm. And now we just need to water it and it will get some growth, hopefully start showing some greens on top before cold weather sets in. And then it'll be all ready for that winter chill, and come springtime start growing again. I'm so excited. I can't wait till harvest next June. So it's gonna be really good garlic. Thanks for joining us here today on Quarter Mile Farm. We will see you next time.